Hello and welcome back to Welcome Woods. This is in Smithfield, Rhode Island. This is going to be my second time exploring this forest behind me. Last time I was here, I just kind of stayed on the main trails, didn't really explore the entire wood or trail system. Today, I want to see what we can find that we didn't see last time. It's a beautiful sunny day, and you can see already that this was the beginning of an old cart path. There used to be a farm out here. So those cinder blocks were like the entrance of the road. There's even like a chain over here that they must have put across. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna go learn about the history of this area more together, and we're going to enjoy this hike. So stay tuned. So this trail sits between Ridge Road and Welcome Road in Smithfield, Rhode Island. It's pretty much sandwiched right in between that area, and it's also very close to Peter Randall State Forest. There's not much information of this online. I think this is more known by word of mouth, and I want to see if we can just uncover any particular interesting sites in here. You know, last time I was here I found a hidden quarry, which was really cool. And I would be interested in seeing what that hawk, there was a dead hawk actually, or an owl, or some kind of bird of prey that was at the quarry. I'm sure it's much more decomposed since then. You can see this almost looks like they were old stone walls. There's not much else online I can find besides the history of this area, but it was definitely some kind of an old farmland, and I mean, the trails are actually marked when you get further in, so somebody else was in here and they studied or they mapped the system to make it easy to navigate. When you first enter in on the Ridge Road side, which I'm doing, there is just a straight path that goes deep into the woods, so we're taking that one right now. And I'm just looking to see if there's any kind of interesting structures or paths that we can see. Yeah, those definitely were man-made stone walls right there. They probably just kept the cart path separated from the rest of the forest. And I always like to do a hike like this more than once. I mean, I've only been here one time because you never know what you could find that you missed the last time. Like, I'm interested in knowing why there's so much tarp. There's black tarp all on the sides of the road. And these trees really got knocked down over here. Yeah, each side has black tarp under these big stone walls. All right, continuing down the original trail that's over here on Ridge Road. And yeah, this has definitely been a hike that I wanted to do again for a little while. Look at this little mushroom right here. I wonder if that's an amanita or just some kind of red mushroom. So, like I was saying, I was planning on checking this place out again because, I can tell that these woods hold some kind of secrets. There's a few hikes that I have that are very easily accessible to where I live, and this is actually one of them, but I only recently discovered it. The other one that's right behind where I live is Olivia's Forest, which is a similar type trail to this, and it's actually a little bit more maintained. I've been there many times, and I think now I've filmed all the different trails that are in that system. This one, because it's so new to me, I don't know all the trails. I just know that this main one will connect to a couple different trails deeper in the woods. There was like a yellow and a blue one, and they come out the other side on Welcome Road, which Goes to where Route 7 is, Farnham Pike. So I'm gonna try to find other splintered trails. This is interesting over here. Looks like we even got like another one of these man-made stone walls, and if you can see here, it's not even like a regular one at all. We got these big boulders right here and then a bunch of these small ones. I mean, those stone walls, they may have gone all the way down, because this was part of the original farm property. I mean, they could have even have used this path to take out whatever they were quarrying from the quarry that's deeper in the woods. On the agenda too for a future hike, I want to get down to Wood River Junction in Rhode Island, near Charlestown, and there's a site of an abandoned nuclear facility down there. So I'd like to get down there at some point as well. Right now, let's continue and keep moving. And again, with these like rugged looking stone walls, I wonder if these are stones that they took out of the quarry that's actually further in. I mean, there's so many of them. And we got a big pile of grass right here. So this is not going to be fun to walk through. Hopefully I don't get ticks. Still on the straight road. Haven't found any of the turns yet or any alternate trails. That's muddy right there. Pretty amazing forest sites. Okay, so yeah, there's a yellow trail that goes down there, and then there's this over here. Let me check the map and see if this just goes out into a neighborhood, because I know there are some condos and homes somewhere in the area. So according to the map, this trail is just going to go down into some condos, but I've still never walked it. And the point of doing this hike today is to check out places of welcome woods that I didn't see the last time. So I am going to go down all the way and just see what's here. You never know what you might be able to find. So this is interesting. We might actually end up getting a fork in the road over here. Was not anticipating that. Wow. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about when you go down and you see something new. There is a trail that goes down that way, which I will check out. Let's continue this way first, because this is probably the one that's gonna become a turnaround at the condos. I gotta say that there is a big difference between the way that these woods look now and the ones that I saw when I was in Florida. A big difference that I'm noticing, first of all, of course, is the plant life. There's a lot more pine trees here. I mean, there are a lot of pine trees in Florida, in the part that I was in too, but there are different species. I think they're called longleaf pine, which I have seen some of those pine trees here in Rhode Island too. It's like a southern scraggly looking pine, but this type, eastern white pine, only grows as far south as Georgia, I believe. So that's not found in Florida, this one. They need a cool season to shoot their little seeds and pine cones out. The other thing, of course, there's no palmettos or palm trees in these woods, and the ground is covered in pine needles, which you didn't see down in Florida either. Looks like we're coming to the end of this trail. I'm going to continue to walk, though, all the way to the end, because you never know what you could find. I want to really get a good visual on where this trail ends. Okay, so it looks like the trail does go out over there where the condos are, and I think it's going to continue to go down that way. I'm going to take a look at the map and see if I can figure out what's going on over here, and if it looks a little sketch or unmarked, which it's kind of looking like right now. I am going to just go back up and check out the right turn that I missed. Look at these mushrooms growing on the tree right here. This is pretty crazy. Almost look like biscuits. And yeah, as you start to go back, you can see that there's more of a trail. It just seems like with these ones that end in the middle of the woods, they kind of fade out. Like they start as like a real trail like this, and then they become more and more overgrown until you can't pass anymore. I really feel that this was probably the true end of the trail at this point, with this tree that's fallen down. Because yeah, after this little green mossy part, it really begins to look like an actual trail again. Okay, I think we're coming back to that fork in the road that I decided to continue straight down. Let's go this way now, to the right, because this looks like it's going to bring us further into the woods. Hopefully it doesn't fade out, and this will be a real trail that will connect to something. Yeah, actually, I'm not so sure this is a trail. Doesn't quite look like it. I think we need to go back. It seems that a lot of these trails in Welcome Woods are like unfinished. Like they kind of go out and then, like I said, they just fade away. But there is a way to get back on the main system, and there's actual marked trails in this woods. The first cart path road that I've been hiking on so far, this one, is not marked. And it again looks like it was just probably used to bring materials to and from the quarry. I don't think that this was a train track or that this was a public road, but I'm finding this tarp everywhere on the side, like I was saying, and there were definitely the big stone boulders that they tried to make walls out of. I would love to know what this place looked like when it was in use. But as we continue to my right, there's going to be the entrance to get to the main hiking trail again, and it looks like it starts on the yellow trail. All right, we're coming to the yellow trail right now. So this one is not going to fade out on us. These trails will continue all the way until we can get to Welcome Road on the other side of the park. I do remember some of these being pretty rugged, but as you can see, they are actually marked trails. So I don't know if this is an area that is well traveled or is still currently maintained, but at one point it was a maintained hiking trail. So this is like really rugged hiking right here. I don't remember it being this bad when I was here last time. You can barely see the trail. The only thing that's helping me is the yellow markers right there. Ferns growed completely all over it, or were growing completely all over it. But just following the yellow marker. Look at all these stones here. I almost feel like this gets really flooded. Oh yeah, crunching that. There's a creek right there. And those are some big trees. I know I remember seeing those the last time I was here. Oh, this guy. Oh. All right, we continue down this way. Hope I didn't lose the trail markers. I mean, looks like that there's two paths. Well, that doesn't really look like it goes anywhere. This one looks like it goes over. Yep, okay, I can see the yellow trail marker. Let's head this way. Oh, I just saw a little froggy. Or a toad. One of them. Okay, we got a red trail. And I think I can continue up that way for more yellow, but I remember the red trail I turned around at some point last time, so let's go do the whole thing. Look at these huge, I think these are beech trees. I can hear an eagle. Now this park is really close to the Peter Randall State Park, which I did film previously. I'm not sure if they connect, but this red trail is heading in the direction of that park. Wow, look at the size of this trunk. That's a massive tree. Yeah, but others have definitely been here. We got a skull and crossbones on the tree right there. I can't remember if the last time I did go all the way in. I remember there was a different trail that I went on, and it did loop back to where that stream was, that pond. But we're gonna keep walking. I wanna just go as far as I can until the trails end. Like I said, this is only my second time being here, and I usually hike a lot of places multiple times. After I get used to or comfortable to a place, I'm ready to just go all in and really hike it. This section of the trail is nice and open. Look at that. I heard there was a big fire somewhere near here. There's a junkyard. I think that the woods near it caught on fire like 10 or so years ago. And apparently it was a big forest fire, but I'm not seeing any evidence really of a fire in here. Look at how these trees just grow out. There's like 5 of them, 5 trunks in one. I think I remember seeing that trash there last time. I think they were actually coming across the quarry again. Maybe the red trail was where the quarry was at. That's what it looks like. Yeah, and I think that the trail continues down that way maybe, which I didn't go yet, but okay. Yeah, I'm seeing right here. Here's that old quarry again. Let's go take a look down here and get a little bit closer. Okay. Whoa, okay, lots of frogs today. Whoa, hey buddy. Could really hear them. They're chirping like crazy. Huh. Okay, this quarry is even bigger than what I remember the last time. Maybe because I think this might have been covered in water, so I couldn't see this whole section right here. But yeah, this was a major quarry. All right, so I really would like to know what this quarry exactly was, what the history was behind it. But you know, as stated earlier, there's next to no information online. There's definitely a lot of frogs in there, though. I heard more than a few of them. So this is the trail then that I didn't continue on last time. I believe I just went back that way and I linked back up to the yellow trail. I want to continue down this one all the way to the end and see where it goes. I don't think it connects to Peter Randall State Forest because I hiked that whole area a few weeks ago and it did not connect to any other parks. I didn't see it, and I had just actually heard of this place, Welcome Woods, very recently. So I don't know exactly what the full system looks like. I just know the portion that I did last time, and already it's just seeming like it's a large park. It's definitely bigger than Olivia's Forest, and it seems like there's more trails here than there were at Peter Randall State Forest also. That was a relatively small place. Got a cinder block here. So someone was building something. Whoa, what's that? Oh, there's a little mouse. That's crazy. So that's, besides the frogs, the first wildlife I've seen on this hike so far. Definitely something in there. So yeah, again, we're walking on uncharted trails right now. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I like to do when I have the camera rolling and take you guys on these hikes. The ones I haven't even ever done before are really cool. Look at these like little nuts. I think that's an acorn actually. It's a unripened acorn. Right now, this trail that I'm walking on just seems to be going straight, and it looks like it's going in the direction of south. So it doesn't look like it's like splintering off a lot. At least it's easy to follow, and I know how I'm going to get back. And this almost looks like people rode ATVs over it. Whoa! Look at all that. Cement piping. This is pretty crazy. What? Oh, you know what? I think I'm getting close to where there's an old junkyard, like I said earlier. And I wonder if this is all material from the junkyard. This is pretty nuts. Let's see if that's where this comes out. If it's going to end up being the junkyard. So the woods seem to be opening up a little bit over here. And I'm really wondering, because I know that Welcome Woods is right on the border of North Providence, so I'm wondering, oh man, is that another trail in there too? This is crazy. I might want to stay out of there because there was homes in that direction. I'd like to see where this goes, if anywhere. I might actually end up just, well, maybe not. We'll see. There's tropical plants. Let's go further up this way because I'm seeing a large stone wall, it looks like, with cracks in the ground. Oh man, and look at this. We got a foundation over here. Or it could be another quarry. That looks like another quarry. That's crazy. It's some kind of like an archaeological dig site. Look at that. Alright, let's continue on over here. I'm really glad that I came back here because I knew that Welcome Woods held more than just what was found over there earlier. Okay, so this big rock wall over here is another quarry. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of quarries in here. Look at this, even some kind of like a machine. I can't tell if this was granite or what this was. This looks like actually it's an office chair. That's a little strange. Wow. Look at that. I wonder who's living in there. Oh. Yeah, this is what New England hiking's about, finding these lost quarries of the past way out in the woods. So this is interesting. I initially was on when I thought was the red trail, and then it looked like it just went to some unmarked trail system, and now it's marked again. I'm still going further down. Let me see what the map says of where this is going to come out. So doing a little more research on the area while I'm hiking, and it looks like that these quarries were used actually to help build stone foundations for Smithfield residents prior to the 20th century. I think that they may have still been active in the early 20th century, and this place eventually shut down. But yes, the cart path that we were taking to get in here initially did bring the stones out of the quarries, and yeah, they helped found early Smithfield, which is pretty cool. We have more stuff over here. I'm seeing human artifacts, like man-made metal. Oh yeah, a lot of it actually. What is this? This looks like some kind of an old trash dump. Wow, I wasn't expecting to find this over here. This looks like it's an old washing machine. Jeez. Look at that. A lot of old items here. I'm not sure what it is about these wooded areas that they attract so much like antique trash, but this even looks like it was from a car, that silver thing. Ugh. Okay, it's a little difficult to walk on that. This is crazy though, as to how many people just dump trash in the woods. You know, I talked about Sneech Pond earlier, and this does actually kind of remind me of that. Look at all this stuff. I got to be getting close to the junkyard then, because I don't know where else this stuff would be coming from. And frankly, I don't even know where I am right now. Wow, these trails are now starting to crisscross a bit. I really don't even think that this is Welcome Woods anymore, to be honest. I think that we're just in the woods. Hike is getting crazy. More junk too. It looks like the trail is now starting to curve this way and go back a bit. I didn't see any other way. I'm gonna just keep following this for a bit. I might need to eventually turn around because I don't know these woods. I don't even know where I am right now. I just kept following the trail and here we are. I don't know what this is. Is this a pond? Yeah, okay. This must be that pond in the woods that I saw on the map. That looks very overgrown over there. Oh man, I don't know if I want to walk through all this with the ticks. Let me just see if there's a way I can get a good image of the pond. And then I have to turn around, I think, at that point, because I don't know where else these trails are going. Okay. It's extremely overgrown over here, and there are a lot of ticks. I just had one on me yesterday, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get any closer to the pond than this. But you can definitely see it through the trees. So this is true exploration. I mean, like I said earlier, going on these trails that I've never been on before. I don't know where they lead to, what's around, but it's interesting because you always find like junk deep in the woods like this. Like people just try to get rid of their junk from decades ago, and it's been sitting here rusting and rotting. I'm going to take a look at the map again and see where I'm at now, and it looks like that is the end of the trail over there. So I'm really going to have to turn around. I have no choice. So I just checked the map, and it looks like, yeah, okay, this pond and this trash dump area is basically like the end, like the border, the furthest south you can go, at least that I can locate, of Welcome Woods, if this is even still part of that. It's part of definitely the same forest. I didn't cross any roads at all, so definitely started the same part of the same trail system. But in order to go deeper into the woods now and to go back out to Welcome Road, which is where I want to go, I need to go back to the trails that I was on initially. I got to get back on that red trail, and I believe I need to take a left at the quarry this time instead of the other way that I took to get here. So I'm going to keep moving, and I'll catch you guys back at the trail. So check this out over here. This tree stump's got a ton of these mushrooms on it. If anybody knows what these are, let me know. What's this metal thing? Oh man, we got another tire and metal parts. Looks like people definitely were doing some donuts around here. All right, I'm gonna keep going. We're not quite back at the official Welcome Woods yet, but I'm walking. Look at this. This is an example of a Rhode Island Bigfoot evidence, I guess. I mean, what could have tore that bark off the tree like that? That's crazy. And look at the branch, how it just fell down, straight down like that. It looks like some angry Bigfoot just grabbed it and tore it right down. So over here right now, we're getting back to the quarry, and there's going to be a different turn to take to link back up to the main Welcome Woods system. I still got a little bit of a hike left too. It's not over yet. This next part though, I think is just going to be on trails that I've already been on, unless I can find a splinter trail or something that goes off of the main one. I think I still have to go through a blue trail. We'll see. I'm first going to follow this red trail out and see where it takes me. All right, we're continuing down here. Look at this rock. Looks like it's sticking its tongue out at me or something. All right, yellow trail is going to lead straight to those condos. We are going to want to stay in the blue trail, as I thought. And I think that the blue trail may be the last one that I stay on until I can get to Welcome Road, if I can remember. But I don't remember that it was super close. We still do got a little bit to go. Look at these trails now. This landscape is pretty interesting. how rocky it is. Okay, we're going this way. Whoa, so many snaps, tree trunks, and the forest just got really dark. That one's also been stripped bare. I'm sure a lot of that's termite damage. Going down this blue trail. Look at that, the bark just falls off the tree. It must die and it rots away. Huh, there we go, that sign was on that tree. This is getting crazy. I mean, if it wasn't for the trail markers, I wouldn't even know that this was a trail, really. Okay, so where are we at right now? If I remember, I think that down there is going to end up being the exit. Up there looks like it goes back uphill. So let's see. Okay, so I think we are coming close to the end, and it looks like it's a yellow trail marker again. So what I believe happened is that yellow trail that I didn't take, that I thought just went to the condos, actually does loop right down here. But we went a way cooler way down the hill. So I'm just going to take this way because I believe we're getting close to the exit and getting back on Welcome Road, which is what they named Welcome Woods after. I didn't know that the last time I came here originally, but I found out at the end when I walked out. All right, guys, so now I'm going to be leaving Welcome Woods. This was a fun hike. I like this one a lot better than the last time I did because I definitely saw way more stuff going further into the trail. I think now I did see pretty much everything. I just maybe missed that one little yellow trail at the end, which, sure, next time I take it, I'll do that. I might even want to try to enter through this way next time. So that way I come up the hill over there and then out on Ridge Road. But that's it. You'd never know it's there. There's the yellow trail entrance. And now I'm on Welcome Road.